Yo! Video games.
Kind of insane. This collection is so cool. I hope it did well. I really do. Because man, there's nobody that's playing.
You did as well as a Darkstalkers game would do.
Yeah.
If everyone wants it, no one shows up for it.
Something happened? No. We're good. Alright, so this is like the rebalanced Vampire Savior, right?
Yeah.
There's a little bit more characters and flipped around stuff.
As focused as like as horror focused as this game is, this is the least scariest game you could ever play.
Darkstalkers is definitely all horror, but not scary. It's more goofy.
Yeah.
It's more like played for comedy
It's
and
stylish.
sexy.
Yeah.
Sexy and stylish. Which is honestly what makes it so unique.
Oh, this is a banger.
Aesthetically
You
horror.
ready?
Except for that one stage with the baby. That's frightening as
Baby's there.
That's frightening as
Fetus of God.
Jesus, that thing is horrifying. Yeah, it's Looney Tunes. Yeah, it kind of is. It definitely has Looney Tunes vibe to it.
Is this old school grabs? Like 4 years?
I think so. I think Darkstalkers has either like 4 tiers or 4 medium.
Also has EX.
Nice.
Ew, you pulling from
It's a command grab?
Dimitri grab.
But then why did you make her all sexy? She was the one that changed.
It's
and he
Felicia.
The president of Chile got caught in a retro gaming store playing Killer Instinct on Super Nintendo. He's a Glacius main.
Oh, whoa.
Oh,
Cancel.
Cancel that man. Let him have it. Get rid of him.
The real question is, how many politicians love Killer Instinct?
And then how do I vote for them?
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, Kenny, is that Raging Demon input?
Yep.
Who's playing Dimitri?
Me.
Kenny, what did you do? Kenny just hit one. I'm like, how the fuck
Mashed
is
it
this?
all.
What is?
Alright, this is for Krim.
No, free silver.
Krim's a horny mofo.
I bought this game the day it came out on PlayStation 1.
100%.
I was like one of the, well again, at Electronics Boutique, one of the only people to pre-order Dark. That's new changes to this version.
Whoa, what the? That's funny you say that, Max. I never saw you as a Darkstalkers.
He's a fighting game.
I was everything.
Yeah.
I was playing friggin' everything in the 90s.
This is Capcom. Capcom came out and, you know, you gotta get it.
If it was either Capcom, Sega, or Tekken, man, I was in there. And I really didn't get into Soul Calibur, obviously, until Soul Calibur 1. I didn't play Soul Blade that much. And I didn't have a PlayStation.
You're a Dreamcast guy, that's fine.
Yeah, I waited. Well, I had PlayStation later for Final Fantasy VII. It was like several years into the PlayStation existing. What I didn't have was an N64. I literally had an N64 exclusively for KI Gold. That's all I played it for.
So wait, the Final Fantasy that was on like the Nintendo's.
Definitely, dude, no. At that time in my life, RPGs were for nerds.
Oh, that's right.
I was 10 years old.
That's right.
So you can't like 2 things.
That's
You have to be.
Yeah, no.
You have to be.
Kinda like-
Well, just in that time
Ride or
frame.
die!
You have to ride or die the one thing.
Yeah,
and RPGs were for nerds at the time.
Yeah.
And then that changed with Final Fantasy VII.
You probably like played it a couple times where like you didn't tell anybody you were playing the game. And then
Definitely not. No, I made fun of my friends for playing games like Mario RPG and stuff.
Yeah.
What is that lame game? What are you guys playing?
Wow. Sippin's lane game.
And then my friend was playing Final Fantasy VII, and it was like, he was playing it at his house, and he was like breeding chocobos and stuff like that, and we were like hunting chocobos. I'm like, this is kind of
Personal
fun.
noms, thank you.
This is kind of a neat game.
I saw Final Fantasy IV in the early, or straight in the mid-90s, like 94. I remember seeing it at a friend's house. Well, a friend had another friend come over, and they were playing it, and I was just like, what the hell is this? I was very young and like, this is, like...
Yeah, it is like, because as somebody that grew up with arcade games,
Yeah.
RPGs are like the antithesis of fun. They just look like anti-fun. I'm like, why would I play this? I'm gonna go play Sim City.
I'm like, my mom like, what were they doing over there? What game were they playing? I'm like, Final Fantasy 2? Like, well, what's that about? I'm like, I'm like, some group that goes around. I'm like, walking, talking
On a pilgrimage?
I have no idea. I was just like baffled by like by what I was looking at.
I think my issue was the endless text on some of the characters or some of the dialogue that just didn't really mean anything. It was just like random backstories of just characters in towns.
You do not want to play Final Fantasy 16, Steve. I'm gonna warn you right now.
It's like he's just going around and talking.
Just
to
play
people.
Spider-Man again.
It's not the fact that I didn't like reading this stuff. It's that most of the stuff I just didn't care about, and the characters were just boring. I was like, man, this is useless. So yeah, that's the stuff that I always like.
So how did you play Chrono Trigger?
Well, that's the thing, is that the conversations there actually were kind of interesting to me, especially when you go into the town.
Was it the box art?
Box art?
Was it the box art?
Yeah,
was it
no.
like the visuals? Because
No.
you don't just pick up Chrono Trigger. Oh, this game looks.
No. It was my brother. He
Okay, so
he
here's what
beat
he
the
played.
game and he beat it multiple times, and I think that was the first time I've ever seen
That
the
is
game.
how I ended up really learning about Final Fantasy VII. It was a friend of mine
Yeah.
that played like a lot of different stuff, and I was like the fighting game guy.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was playing FF7.
But like, I don't think I've ever seen a game that had multiple endings before that. Like that was like my first time I've ever seen that, and I was like, what the fuck? So you can have different endings? It's like, yeah, you just depends on where you go. I gotta try it out. And then when you first play it, you go into the town and you play all these random games.
Yeah.
It isn't just it isn't just boring dialogue that you're just like talking to people in the town and stuff. Like, no, all of the
Res
stuff,
guy, thank you.
all the information they're giving you helps you beat the games in the town. So you get more and more invested in trying to figure out, okay, how do I beat the the scary guy with the hands, and he does
Wait a minute.
this one.
Specklers?
Yeah, the Speckles and stuff like that. Yeah.
GGB is
Yeah.
saying that you haven't finished Chrono Trigger. Did you start it on your stream?
GGB is a fake fan, so don't even listen to him.
Did you wait? But I mean,
Of course.
regardless of, did you beat it?
Yes. Of
Okay.
course.
Okay. Was that years ago?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Okay.
I beat the PC version, the one that everyone hated.
Damn, GGB, you a piece of shit.
Right? No.
He's like, no, Spider-Man. What?
I beat Spider-Man too. What the fuck is this guy talking about?
Are you playing them all?
Fake fan.
Not. So you don't mean Spider-Man 2. You mean Spider-Man as well.
Spider-Man as well.
Miles
okay.
Morales.
Yes.
That's what he means.
Both of them. Part 1 and Miles Morales.
Oh, what'd you feel about Miles?
Great, absolutely fucking fantastic, man. I'm actually upset that I didn't beat the game like 5 years ago.
Yeah, it came out 3 years ago.
3 years ago, sorry.
I was not a big fan of the bad guy in that game. Like the last
Miles?
fight. No, I was a fan of Miles, and his gameplay's great.
Yeah, you didn't like the. You
I did
didn't
not like the
her name was
antagonist.
Finn, I believe.
Yeah, the girl.
It was very much like this new Marvel
Yes.
series where, like, hey, he's a bad guy, and it's like a regular looking ass person.
You didn't like the design or just the
Just like the story
Oh, okay.
wasn't that great. It wasn't like intriguing.
Yeah, no, it was kind of an add-on. You know what I mean? Like it felt like, oh, okay, we'll just insert this character that's all of a sudden part of his past, and then they have to. Like I could tell she was going to be like a big issue for him, like even from the start.
Sure.
But I didn't expect her to be so like powerful towards the end. Like all the stuff that she was able to do and stuff, I thought that was fucking cool. Like all the crazy stuff she was able to do, I thought was amazing.
My distinct memory at the end of damn Kenny, quit looking.
Hey.
My distinct memory at the end is I remember being done. I remember
really?
that feeling of like I feel like I'm done.
Oh, wow.
By the time it was over, I'm like I really enjoy the combat and I'm digging it, but something about like the culmination of the events of this, I'm just like yeah, it's just not grabbing me as much as Spider-Man. It's like Spider-Man 1's got that Doc Ock shit.
Right,
where-
no, Doc Ock
It's so good.
tenfold.
Yeah.
Well, here's the problem.
Okay,
is that,
thank you.
Is that all the other characters in Miles Morales were just sort of introduced into the city.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden they start terrorizing the city and making things crazy and stuff. Like you had the Facebook CEO over there, you know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I
be the
forgot about
bad
that guy.
and everything like that. So it was kind of like that. It kind of like a lot of stuff was kind of forced, and there wasn't too much depth to the to Finn. But I like the way it turned out and the final fight. You know, like I thought the final fight actually culminated correctly, or culminated in a good way. So I like the Prowler too. The Prowler actually was kind of cool. The problem with the Prowler, in my opinion, is that towards the end they just wrote him out. Like at multiple occasions, he could have came in and helped at any point in time, but they were like, "No, I gotta take these people off."
Bro, if you start thinking about stuff like that,
you do it all the time, Simmons.
Two is gonna be like
you do it all the time.
2 is gonna be a nightmare.
Oh, really? They.
I mean, the stuff that goes on in 2.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
Wait, why is that?
why is no one like getting
there?
it? 2 has this weird. Okay, Max, you're far enough into to probably.
Hey, but I'm not.
Notice this
He's
too.
not. Steve's not.
It's not that much. Where are the cops?
Yeah. There's like no police.
There's like no police.
Ever. Yeah.
That happens to a lot of like.
There seemed to be a lot of cops in Spider-Man Part 1.
Was there or was there not?
There was definitely a lot of cops in the first
Yeah, like
one.
I remember, like I've seen like 2 cops. Like hours in, I'm like I've seen one at the end of a side quest that just takes a guy and handcuffs away, and then like oh, the police sirens, you hear them at the end of like a cutscene or something. It was just I'm like.
Somebody in the chat said, "Where are the Avengers?" I'm so glad the Avengers are nowhere to be seen. I like the fact that this is a standalone Spider-Man game, aka
Crimson, thank you.
AKA Spider-Man story.
Miles'
And I
dad was the
fucking
last cop in New York.
Apparently,
I fucking love that, dude. I love the fact that this very old comic book character can still stand on their own without the help of the Avengers.
But man, when Spider-Man 2 gets going, you're like, where are they?
Like, yeah, I got that.
I mean, here's the thing.
Not world-ending enough.
Yeah.
Once you start introducing them, like, you know,
Well, that's Pandora's box.
It's Pandora's box.
yeah.
I get it. I
Even
get
in
it.
comics.
But like, if you're one of those people who have like that sort of like dissonance where you're like that bothers you, like why reference or acknowledge these characters but not have them show up?
Wait a minute, did they confirm Wolverine's going to be in New York as well?
No, they just said it was the same universe.
Same universe.
Yeah, universe like 1048.
Well, they did say that Wolverine, I did hear, essentially confirmed from the developers is going to be wide linear God of War like.
Yeah, they said it was like going to be like more like level based.
And I kind of wish that wasn't the case, just because I was hoping it was going to be DMC like. I kind of.
Oh, you wanted even more linear.
I wanted just like a straight up action, focus all on Wolverine action, and just give us action set pieces.
You know what? I would be down with that, Max.
I think that would be.
I'd be really down with that.
Because God of War like is still kind of similar to Spider-Man. Like still has a level of like, oh, so they're going big and open, type of stuff and traversal. Like I don't want to traverse with Wolverine.
God of War is like interconnected zones, is what it is.
Yes, but there's a lot of travel.
There is.
But I don't want to fucking. It's
You don't want to
Wolverine's gonna have like a motorcycle or some shit. I think it'd just be better if we just had like, let's give a motorcycle action sequence, and then you don't have to worry about that shit. It's just about going through a level.
That could have even been like a call. Probably not, because they say they don't. But I mean, that could be like a. That's either a call from up on high, or it's like, hey man, you know what kind of game Sony.
Because Wolverine ain't gonna traverse like a fucking Spider-Man, dude. Well, that's easily one of the most.
He can climb up on those fucking buildings with his claws.
Yeah, but he can do it quickly.
Hear me out though, Max. What if it was a big open Alaskan wilderness? Like it took like the ghost.
Oh, I'm immediately down if it's not a city.
Yes,
to be completely honest, I'm just
might be an area.
I'm so sick of seeing New York after 3 games that I am super down if we have like environmental shit like Canada or something like that.
You hit the nail on the head for like honestly, this is like my biggest complaint with Spider-Man at the end.
Yeah, it feels like we're playing the same game.
It's not like a major problem. It's just like New York does nothing for me. Like
it's pretty.
You just swing past a bunch of building blocks. It's like. There's nothing unique about it.
Unless you live in New York and a lot of the stuff that's there is accurate in freaking New York.
Fantastic. But like, I could go visit it, kind of thing. I want to Ghost of Tsushima is like ancient, beautiful, romanticized Japan. It's like, yes, I'm on a journey, kind of thing.
Yeah, okay, so that's biasy though.
Of course it's biased.
That's super biased.
It's New York. It's a bunch of buildings. They're like, okay, go to Upper West End, go to Upper East End, go to Harlem, go to Midtown.
If you live in New York,
that means nothing to me. I follow the GPS over there and I swing between these squares and those squares.
The same can be said about Japan.
My argument about
it's beautiful. It's not building.
My argument about New York's
buildings
that only relates to me agreeing with Simmons is that Game 1, it was incredible. Like, New York was actually incredible in Game 1. But we're Game 3 now. and going through like the same spots and locations now just expanded a bit, and it feels like I'm playing the same game a third time.
Yeah.
Right.
To a degree.
Not to mention, it's
I
like
think
they've done in Magic City Man stuff a lot.
There is-
in the last
there is
15
New York.
years.
I'm sorry, not New York. I think Spider-Man in the games, all 3 games are a homage to
New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I get you, and I'm not saying it's like it really is a negative on the game. It just makes it feel like for a large portion of it, yeah, we've done this before.
And that's what I said. It's not really a negative. It's just sort of like I don't feel the character of New York at all. Like you feel it if you walk around on the streets. If you go down and like walk around.
Good call, Hurricanes. What about Yakuza?
Oh,
The
get wrecked,
Yakuza
Simmons, get
environments are
wrecked.
not that interesting, man. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing there either.
Yeah, and Yakuza doesn't have like large scale.
They're not. Yeah, it's like
Shenmue.
It's like 3 or 4 blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I 100% feel the same way. I don't.
You're
like,
tired of it, right?
Man, you don't marathon those
You
games.
should go to
'cause they're
Mount
in the
Fuji or something like that.
Right, it would be, and they have games where they actually go to like Okinawa and stuff, and I was actually really enjoying that. I'm like, oh, cool, this is way better, this is way more awesome for the first time or whatever. And 5 does the thing where they do like all around different areas of Japan, but like, yeah, no, it's not like, oh, you like Yakuza. I'm like, bro, I like Spider-Man 2. I think it's a really good game, but like the environment does nothing for me.
Yeah.
Because like we've seen this before. We've seen this in the first game, which I didn't play, but we've seen it in like every other open world game
Jesus
made in the last 20
Holy
years.
crap, Simmons! You haven't played the first game?
No.
This was his first Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
Holy crap, dude! No,
but the
you
thing
are
is,
missing out.
like-
Spider-Man 1 is amazing.
I've beaten
amazing
2.
Spider-Man.
I've beaten 2.
He's beaten too. Steve.
No,
So it's like,
play
I'm not
part
going
one.
to jump into one and be like,
Yeah,
oh,
he's
yeah.
not gonna-
Play
He's
part
beaten
1.
too,
I'm
Steve.
telling you.
He's beaten 2 though. Why would he need to play part 1 if he's beaten 2?
Speaking about as Simmons, you have to admit that you're wrong about the Superman thing.
Oh
No.
Why?
No.
Wait, what?
Because Spider-Man actually does fly in part
does.
2, and
He
it is
does.
fun as fuck. So
It is
if you-
fun,
and if you get
but
fucking
eventually
Superman,
you start going like, I'm just kind of flying around to the net.
And it
the
is
thing
so
with
much
Spider-Man,
fun.
there's a swing mechanic.
Yeah.
right?
So you're kind of
but
like,
I'm taking,
momentum and stuff. Superman, he's just
And in Spider-
And I'm
yeah,
saying,
he's-
and I'm saying, you take away that element of the swing mechanic and just have him fly around the fucking city. It is a fucking blast. I was just swooping and duping all
But
over the place.
Spider-Man has a swing
And
mechanic.
also, he does have a fly mechanic. It's not really that long, but he does have a fly mechanic in Miles Morales as well. But it's not as
It's
long.
brief.
Yeah, it's
brief.
very brief. But you get the sense of flying through the city of
Right,
New York.
it's
It's
cool.
fucking
It would be
It is
cool
so
for
fucking
about an hour.
Nope.
The swing mechanic is kind of what makes it because you have this momentum and trick system and whatever, and it's like Superman ignores gravity
Yes, he does.
straight up. Like
But you
him
have
doing anything would feel redundant.
having the elements like he did in the Man of Steel movie, where he actually like kind of slows down like time and the fucking floor starts to swell up and then he throws himself in the air and he flies around and shit.
He doesn't even need to do that.
Yeah, I
No,
don't
he
know.
doesn't actually need to do that, but it's so fucking cool.
I don't know if you're just gonna get a Superman game in general because WB's track record of fucking shit up is not good.
Yeah.
And what is like the easiest thing to fuck up? Superman.
Yeah.
The easiest thing to. Okay,
I
this is
mean-
actually there's a reason why we haven't done a lot.
I 100% I say give it to fucking Insomniac. They'll knock it out of the park. 100%.
Yeah, but Insomniac has been better with Marvel.
100%.
Yeah, that's true. Insomniac good move.
Also, at this point, unless Superman,
What did you say, Kenny?
What Back said?
Yeah, what did he say?
Insomniac.
Damn, Kenny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is
the conversation.
that what he said? Okay.
I mean, it's true. Insomniac.
also, man, unless Metropolis
I mean,
looks
he has a
like
point.
the
Yeah,
animated
he does.
series, would you? I mean,
Insomniac.
seeing another city.
Yeah.
Another generic, it looks like a city. It gotta look like the animated
Put on,
series or something.
put on fucking Krypton then. Shit.
That's kind of what I wanted for Spider-Man. I actually wouldn't have minded if he went with somewhere
I'm not going to
different.
spoil things, but there's a brief moment in Spider-Man where you visit a location that's like not New York.
Right.
And
Spoilers?
I'm not
Oh my
spoiling-
God.
I'm not spoiling anything.
Okay, okay.
And I was so like aghast from it. I was like, yo, what? I loved it. I was like, this is so cool. And then, it was over. And I was like, oh shit, that was actually amazing. I thought that was really just going to someplace and swinging around in a location that wasn't building New York City. I was
Yes.
like, damn, this was awesome.
Yes. That was
It's
kind
10 seconds. Granted, it's 10 seconds.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's that part where you go into space and like you see the collector
Yeah, no.
and yeah.
Shut up, Indiana.
Man, it's dropping his own shit.
Yeah, because some people are like, well, what if Spider-Man was like somewhere else?
Sure.
And I was like, you know what? I think I would have been down.
Right here. Right here.
Push it. Go ahead.
Right here.
Push it.
Right there.
Okay, push it.
Ready?
Don't be afraid. Okay. All right.
Yep, there you go.
That's great. Okay. All right.
Push it.
Push it. You guys know how to play? Yeah. You
You
pushing
don't
it?
want to play.
You pushing it? Just
Sorry.
like PS.
Curious Joy, thank you.
PS5.
Ready, drawing.
Joy.
One of PS4.
So everyone's in there. We hate Street Fighter 6 phase right now. Steve, how you feeling?
Are you kidding?
I haven't played it in a while.
Who the fuck?
I mean, all the hardcore Street Fighter players. You get the fucking
Well, because they've been playing too long. They
Jesus
don't play anything
Christ.
else.
Man, what Max?
You get it, Max? You okay?
Yeah, Max.
Max, did you get it?
Uh-huh.
Max, you get it?
Come on, go
All
ahead.
right, you got it, Max?
Wait.
All right, you try now? Oh, yeah, you got it. You got it. You got it.
You guys.
Yeah, that's got the hit. All right.
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything, Dutch. What the fuck did you do?
It's not plugged in. Literally, the light's not on.
Oh.
What did you guys do?
I didn't fucking know. What did you guys do?
What did you do?
Yeah, what did you do? It was the lights were on. I think.
Light's on.
So you just push it
Look
down.
down, look it down.
I'll take
That's
care of it.
yeah, you took care of it? You took care of it? You took it? All right, good.
I did it,
All right,
right?
you got it.
Yeah, I have it.
That's all right.
That's the thing, like, yeah, cities can have personality, but you don't even notice it in Spider-Man.
turned
You
off.
just fly by it. Like, you have no reason to. You have to, like, willingly go out of your way to,
Right
like,
now.
stop and.
Select options button.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
Who's this kid? Phobos.
Oh, it should be working now.
Options? Hey, I did actually.
It was the
it was me.
Damn, you fucked it up.
Yeah, it was me actually. Yeah, no one really helped me on that, so that was crazy.
You messed it
That was
up.
crazy how I just did that on my own.
Chad, we're gonna have to.
What?
We're gonna have to play Smash Brothers Belmont's only.
Belmont's only.
Yeah, we have to do that. We only can play the whip and axe bitches.
It's the whip.
We'll have to do that after Terrordrome.
Let's do LA too. I want Blade Runners LA, not even Cyberpunks. You know, Night City or whatever. I want like
That
Blade
closest thing
Runner
is
City.
like yes, cyberpunk. You know,
Like Stray. I felt was a better
Simmons
representation.
is
that's
wrong.
true.
The one he really wants is Neo Gotham from Batman
Hell
Beyond.
yeah, it's just Blade Runner. It's just Akira.
No,
That's just Neo.
We're gonna do
Tokyo.
Mario Party tomorrow, Chad. We're gonna do all the
Neo
spooky
Gotham.
stages in Mario Party tomorrow. Because we have to do Halloween Mario Party. It's a tradition.
But yeah, I don't like city environments. I think they're boring. I live near a city. I've been in a city many times. Like, I don't want to see something I can literally drive to right now.
But here's the thing.
You can also drive to a forest.
I could,
Here's
There
the
you go.
thing.
but it's not going to look as good as Forest and Games. Forest and Games look 10 times better than Forest do in real life.
Depends what forest you go to.
I say the same thing
You
about.
gotta go way out of your way for
I
like
said
a
the
good
same thing
forest.
about
There's
the
nothing
city.
around here I can drive to.
What about Prototype New York?
I didn't play
Here's the
Prototype.
thing, Simmons. Of course, the city, but the way you can traverse and interact.
Oh, the
with
traversal
cities,
is phenomenal in the game.
and that's what it matters.
No issue with the traversals are one of the greatest things in that game. It's amazing. Love it. It's just the actual.
Yeah, it's almost unfair. We live in Southern California.
Yeah.
We can literally drive to any environment on the planet. Mountains, deserts, snow, beaches, it's all within
Yeah, we
driving
can go
distance.
Bitches.
Yeah, we can go snorkeling. We can go scubaing. We can go snowboarding.
Yeah, but all that costs money. So when you do that shit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Have you not noticed that it's expensive as hell to live here just for that reason?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when it comes to going to a city and stuff like that, I like the idea that I can do all the stuff that I couldn't do when I didn't have the money to do it. So I can visit, Santa Monica Pier when I couldn't afford to do that.
Yeah,
and other
and
shit,
it's fun to do that, right?
Yeah,
it's fun to like,
it's-
I can
yeah,
actually visit
like-
this place and enjoy it.
Yeah, enjoy without actually, having to spend all that freaking crazy
Reverse
When
money.
you're like in
Virtual
your
tourism.
20s or like even your teens, you're just like, I
Yeah.
can't enjoy anything.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the freedom to be able to drive around in a
Scuba here's
freaking...
trash. Not if you go to Catalina or areas of San Diego.
Close to San Diego.